I like this. I like the ambiance. I like the flumon. I like all that Bucci.
Yeah.
But
Bucci?
Yeah, indeed.
Look, I'm walking, I'm talking. Now you walking, talking, General. I'm walking, talking. Are you walking, talking?
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, the podcast that sounds better with the light off. Please welcome your hosts, Mike and Darren.
Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Darren.
You are listening to Irritable Dad Syndrome, episode 127.
Yeah, we're really happy that you're here. Mike has been
Ill.
Ill, yeah.
Freaking sick.
And not like Beastie Boys ill, like you'd be ill. And
I've been down
cool.
with the funk. I've been down with disease. If you're a fish fan, down with disease, I've been all over that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And something we're going to talk about tonight is they canceled the M&Ms, the characters on the M&Ms commercials.
All of them?
They canceled
Just
them.
one fell swoop. They're all gone.
They're one fell swoop.
Okay.
We're happy that you're here.
We are.
Before we start with the fun and the frivolity and the insanity
Frivolity is the word of the day.
Irritable Dad Syndrome. A couple of days ago, I'm at home and in my dining room, and I'm working on finding some stuff for the show. I'm doing some research for this podcast that I dearly love called Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Yes, IDS for
I'm
short.
working on that, and I get a text from your wife that says, and it was the link to the story that there's a fugitive on the loose.
Yeah.
And she's like, is he on your street?
Yeah.
And what did I do? I did exactly like you did when the tornado was coming.
You went out and looked.
I opened the door and I'm standing there looking to see like the fugitive is going to run down the street.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
shh, don't tell anybody you saw me. Right? I don't know what the fugitive did.
No.
This fugitive
Could have killed fat guys on their porch.
He could have killed hundreds of people. He could have burned children and schools and churches
maimed
down.
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea, but I'm like, oh, fugitive on the loose. I'm standing on the porch watching.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, stupid. He's not going to run down the street. I wonder if he jumped over the fence.
Oh.
So I went
Okay.
and I looked in my backyard.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I see nobody. There's no sign of any fugitive in the yard.
Let me ask you this.
Well, but what
Go
I
ahead.
thought was
that
shed would be a perfect place for a fugitive to hide.
Yeah. A lot of hose in that shed.
Yeah. Well, one. Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did you expect to see, or what would you have done? Let me rephrase it. I don't want to besmirch anyone's image.
I hate when my image gets besmirched.
What would you do if you saw someone in an orange jumpsuit and jump over the fence, go to the back of Chris Michael's house, take off the jumpsuit, and it's Chris Michael?
Oh my God.
And he's wearing his, like, whatever his, what is he, a lawyer, accountant?
He's an accountant.
He's an accountant for lawyers.
Yes.
And he just went back to his day job.
I'll tell you what I would have said.
Whatever.
I would have said, I knew it.
Yeah.
I've never trusted him.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has a special bond with your bunny.
Yes, he does.
That's just not right.
Whenever we go out of town, Chris comes over and he feeds our rabbit Figgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about...
And whenever they're out of town, I go over and feed their dog Sadie.
Okay.
Yeah.
This reminds me of pedophiles in the 80s. And let me qualify this whole story.
Wait, stop. No, it doesn't remind you of pedophiles.
It does.
Oh, God.
Okay, so back in the 80s, there was always somebody in our neighborhood, and there were reports of somebody driving around in a windowless van, snatching kids. That was like all the parents. There was like a parent network. So these days, y'all millennials and stuff have your texts and your Facebooks and your Instagrams and your TokTiks and all that.
Your neighborhood watch.
That stuff.
Yeah.
We had the phone in the kitchen with the cord. The one in the kitchen had like the 20-foot cord.
Yeah.
So you could go to different windows.
Yeah.
And all the moms were on that network. And apparently, one Saturday, there was a white van that was driving around and snatching kids. So what did me and the rest of my friends,
the stereotypical
the kids,
white van,
the white windowless van, the serial killer van.
Yeah.
It had everything but free candy on the side.
Yeah.
So what we did, I got on my moped. My friend Chuck got on his 3-wheeler.
Okay.
My friend Kevin got on his moped. And I think Jason was with us. He didn't have a moped. He had a bike, like a pedal bike.
Yeah.
And we went all around the neighborhood looking for this white van.
So what are you going to do?
Yeah, the difference...
Hey, stop it, you freak.
the difference between a child and a grown human, which we are both grown humans, is that question: what are you going to do when you catch the pedophile or pederast, as they're called in Lebowski, Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
What are you going to do when you catch them?
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what they're hoping for. Is a bunch of kids will just follow them out of town, you know,
Yeah.
like chase them down, and then you're in the woods, and then what do you? You don't even need candy at that point.
No.
So the point is, we were idiots.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that gene or whatever that is, that thought, I'm going to chase down. I need to see the tornado.
Yeah.
I need to see the fugitive running through the yard. We need to see that white van. No plan of what you're going to do. When I stood out here on the deck looking for the tornado, if it picked me up and swirled me around at that moment, I would be thinking, what the hell do I do now?
Yeah.
If you had been, you would have been like, hey, and then what happened? And then shot. You would have been shot dead on your back deck. And as your kids come up to you to like drag your ass back inside, you would be saying, what happened? What happened?
Hey,
what happened?
And Libby would be like, why did you go out there and confront Chris Michael?
I wasn't out there first. Okay. Look,
it's not Chris Michael.
Chris Michael was not the fugitive.
He's not the fugitive.
On the loose.
They haven't figured him out yet, so he's not running from anyone.
He's never even been,
he's the guy that
I can't even say he's ever been accused of a crime.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's got a spotless or a near spotless
I don't think
record.
he has a spotless anything. Hanging around with those damn rabbits.
Rabbit. Singular.
Yeah.
His new baby's cute. I saw his new baby today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name? Chastity, Dawn,
No.
Alehu, Michael? Natalie. I'm close. Is he going to call her Nat or Nate?
I'm pretty sure they're not going to call the baby Nate.
That'd be cool if they did.
Yeah. His other little girl, Victoria, is a sweetheart too, and she smiled at me.
Are they going to call her Vicky or Victy?
Pretty sure it's not going to be Victy.
I'm going to call her Victy.
Yeah. So.
If she was online, they could call her Evict.
Evict. Okay. Yeah. I'm not even going to do the drum thing on that.
It's been 126 good ones.
Yeah. I'm gonna
every once in a while there's a culling of
I'm
the
gonna
brains.
chalk it up to you being ill.
So I started hawking up a lung Friday.
Okay. I don't know. I wasn't.
And I was at work pretty late at Friday. It was when I was on my way home. I was like that kind of thing. It's my impression of myself being sick.
Being sick,
Yeah.
which is pretty mild.
So, and then like a headache hit me Saturday morning. I had a headache all day Saturday, all night Saturday, all day Sunday, all night Sunday. I'm on Dayquil. Nothing's helping. Monday, I get up, I take a COVID test, to make sure I'm not going to spread anything horrible.
Right.
Came back negative, didn't pass.
Okay.
Got a 65. Loaded up on Dayquil and then just went on about my day. And yes, sir.
Has Dayquil ever done anything?
It does. It does.
Okay,
I feel it. Like I didn't. This one was weird because I had nasal congestion, but it wouldn't like block my nose's nostrils. Only one nose, two nostrils.
I'm not one of those people who say that all that over the counter crap's bunch of. I don't do that.
Yeah.
But Dayquil has never worked for me.
We gotta get the severe.
The last time I took NyQuil, that also didn't work for me. It actually made me kind of jittery.
I am Cornholio. I need TV for my bunghole.
What does work for me is I take some hot tea, add some honey, add some lemon, and 2 shots of Crown Royal.
Okay. That'll
makes
do it.
Daddy feel better.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Back to you in the studio.
So anyway, I finally decided to go to the doctor today. What is today? Wednesday? I decided to go to the doctor today. And the basic thing was, you don't have COVID. Yeah. We know that. We don't know what you got. Have these antibiotics, and they're really strong. Whatever it is, you've had it for a while. It wants to be here. So we're going to make it not be here. And then how do you feel about steroids? I do not like steroids.
Oh, okay.
They make me bloat. There's one thing I do not need to do is bloat.
Yeah.
They make me...
I like the way you say bloat.
They make me janky. Part of what's happening right now, part of what's making this podcast weird is my jankiness.
Okay.
Because I'm on day 1 of steroids. I ain't sleeping tonight. I am not sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to quit this at the end. hopefully.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to grind my camos. I already told you that. So I'm taking all that stuff, and they told me if you're not better within 2 days, come back for a chest x-ray.
Yeah. Last time I was sick, it didn't feel like I felt when I had COVID. But I remember it's like I had bad bronchitis again. And I go to the doctor, and as soon as they tested me for strep, they tested me for COVID. And as soon as I was negative for COVID, it's like, I don't care what I have.
Yeah, whatever.
I really didn't care. I'm like, okay.
You've got Wolverines and Deadpools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
What do I take for that?
I have monkeypox. I have SARS. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want monkeypox, and I hope I don't get it because I hear that's kind of nasty. And I remember I told my doctor, I said, you know what? The only thing that it really helps when I have a cough this bad is this cough syrup with codeine in it.
Yeah.
And usually they won't prescribe that. And he goes, okay. And he wrote me a prescription because
That's like Coke with Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's the only thing that helps me when I get bad.
Yeah.
That and the Crown Royal and the hot tea.
It's time now for a new segment called Arts and Crafts with Dave. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and here's an easy project you can do with just 2 household items. Take some maple syrup and some leftover dryer lint. And just like that, you could have fake beards for the kids. This has been Arts and Crafts with Dave. Back to you guys in the studio.
Something that other podcasts do that we've never done.
Not suck.
Other podcasts do this all the time. We have never done this thing that I'm going to start tonight.
Okay.
And that tonight I'm going to spread a conspiracy theory.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Good.
Because I am sick and tired of people believing that alligators and crocodiles are different animals. They're the same damn animal. Okay? Don't give me that one has a broader jaw and a longer tail, and the other one is green and that one's kind of brownish. They're the same animal, Mike.
Yeah. When one's eating you, it doesn't matter.
And I'll tell you who's behind it. It's Big Zoo. Big Zoo has been behind this forever. They want people to believe that there's 2 different animals so that people go out and they buy all the alligator merchandise and they buy all the crocodile merchandise. And then they can have like the whole set of and it's a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
And they've been spreading it for hundreds of years. And I'm telling you right now, wake up, people.
Yeah.
Alligators and crocodiles are the same animal.
Okay.
I'm done.
I'm really glad that you brought this up.
Okay.
Because there's a few topics that I want to touch on.
Okay.
We're Gen X.
Yes, we are.
Which means we grew up basically in the 80s. Did you have the board game Alligator when you were growing up?
No.
So
I had Hungry Hippos.
It was like a board, and it had a plastic alligator mouth.
Uh-huh.
And you open the alligator's mouth, and on its tongue, you had little things you could put. They were all like little plastic pieces of trash. Mm-hmm. By the way, the board made it look like a sewer.
Yeah.
The gist of this was so 80s, it's ridiculous. The gist of this was more 80s than a pink Trapper Keeper in Miami Vice. It was a gigantic crocodile or alligator, whatever they are.
Trapper Keeper.
Yeah. Has mutated in the New York subway. And now you've got to remove trash from its tongue.
Uh-huh.
And whoever gets, at some point it bites. And that's the person that loses the game.
It's
a game. It's a game like if you play it with 5 people, like you have 4 winners and 1 loser type game, which is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most games,
or the other way.
1 loser.
No. Well, no, not in Monopoly. You have like 1 winner and everybody else loses. You know what I mean? That
is true. Yeah. Unless somebody kills themselves.
This one gives you the ability to everyone gang up and make fun of the kid who just had his hand bitten by a mutant alligator.
Okay.
That's one thing. Just do with that as you will.
Okay.
The other thing is I discovered the existence within the past year and a half of saltwater crocodiles. Okay. Have you heard of saltwater crocodiles?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. Harold Ramus Christ. These mother scratchers are upwards of 30 feet long.
Yeah.
They have mouths. You could effectively be chomped by one and its teeth not hit you. You're just in its stomach. It's a dinosaur. It's a living dinosaur at that point.
Yeah.
And what I was, so I every once in a while watch the Joe Rogan, and he goes crazy over these things. So watched him talk about it. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to watch this anymore.
Right.
And then Mr. Ballin, I'll throw a what's that, a little plug
who?
out for him. This dude's a storyteller on YouTube.
Okay.
And the TikTok. Dude's awesome. He's really good. He tells stories like in a very simple way, but he paints the picture in your head, which is a wonderful thing and a terrible thing because he does mostly dark and horror themed things.
Yeah.
And he tells a story of a fun little group of campers and hikers in Australia, and cut to the end, fell into a river full of saltwater crocodiles.
Yeah.
They did not make it out alive. One made it out alive and described what happened.
Well, that's how you have the story.
And now there's...
You got to go on and tell the story.
So
mate.
here's the thing. There's a third piece of this that I want to talk about. It's the fact that I eventually want to go to Australia one of these days.
Dude.
The more I learn about Australia...
I loved Australia.
The more I'm terrified of Australia.
Yeah.
You got the huntsman spiders, which basically are so big they're carrying swords.
Yes.
And then you've got the saltwater crocodiles. There is a zoo there that you can go to where they have you in a plastic bubble. And the plastic bubble is in a stream with full-grown, man-eating saltwater crocodiles.
Sign me up.
Somebody, someone, some group of people made calculations and said they can't bite through this plexiglass. Bull. Those are the same scientists that say things like, oh, whale sharks are beautiful creatures. They love people. They would never attack people.
Right.
And then I see video after video of these coming up from the depths trying to swallow a diver.
Yeah.
And what's the diver doing? Not what I would do, which is screaming every word at the same time.
Yeah.
These divers are laughing and patting it on its nose as it's actively trying to murder them. Again, I repeat, Jesus, Harold Ramis, Christ.
Well, it's like in Jurassic World, they were in that bubble that was apparently safe until the T-Rex bit into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't believe I'm in this weird conundrum. Like I'm not a scientist.
She blinded me with science.
But my career, my degrees
is immersed in science.
Yeah. So I'm obligated.
Yeah, Mr. White. Yes, science.
Yeah.
I enjoy science. I like reading about it. I think it's fascinating
science,
on the one end, but on the other end are these scientists that will hold a frickin' snake next to their face and say, this is the most venomous creature, venom. This is the most venomous beaver.
Venom.
This is the most venomous creature on the planet.
And more venomous than the venomous beaver?
More venomous than the venomous beaver.
Oh, my God.
However, they love people, and this one would not bite me. I don't care that one wouldn't bite you. You just said that thing's the most venomous thing on the planet.
Yeah.
Put it away.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Don't even look at it cross.
No.
Hippos.
Yeah.
Here's a lie. Here's a lie that was told.
Yeah.
I was told in the 80s that hippos were nice creatures.
No.
They're hungry. They eat marbles.
Yeah, who
They're
told
cute.
you that?
They're pink. Hungry hippos. There were hippos on the cartoons. There's Hippo Fiona at the Cincinnati Zoo. She's adorable.
Yeah.
If you go out in the wild and you
cross
see
her, she will kill you.
Yeah, if you go out in the wild and you see a hippo,
Yeah.
you need to run screaming.
Yeah.
They will kill you.
Yeah. They will.
Because they want to kill you. They don't eat you. They just kill you.
They're fast.
They are fast. They run underwater 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
What is the point of that?
I think you're getting high blood pressure on this episode.
Ain't nothing swimming less than 60 miles an hour that deserves to get eaten by a hippo.
Yeah.
But apparently they thought they do. There's all these videos I've watched of people in boats in Africa. They go by a pod. Is that a pod? A pod of hippos.
Sure.
A hungry of hippos.
It's a pod of whales.
It's a pod of whales. It's a hungry of hippos.
It's a murder of hippos.
A murder of crows.
By the way, when I become president, those are called collective nouns.
Indeed.
All collective nouns are going to be thrown out.
Yeah.
And we're going to replace it with bunch.
Okay.
A bunch of hippos.
A bunch
of horses. A bunch of cows. A bunch of spiders.
Yeah.
A bunch of...
Science.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
If you have more than 0 hippos, you just need to know that you need to get away from that. So
Yeah.
me, idiot me, if
Yeah.
my parents had taken me to Africa in the 80s as a kid,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, look at the hippo. I wonder if it wants to eat a little white marble thing, because that's everything I know about hippos. Ouch. Little do I know that hippo wants to kill me.
Yes. Yeah, they will destroy you. Yeah.
One of the things I'm on is steroids. And I took the highest dose today.
Okay.
Remember I told you I'm not going to sleep tonight?
Yeah.
Here we are.
I have never had this reaction to steroids. Ever. This is I'm scared.
See, Chris Hughes gets me. He likes It's a Hungry of Hippos.
I'm going to back up a little bit here.
Okay.
But no, the great Mitch Hedberg said one of the questions on the stream was, would you call it an alligator or a crocodile?
Mm-hmm.
And they're the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. Mitch Hedberg said the difference between the two animals is a crocodile you see after a while, and the alligator you see later. And that's our conspiracy theory for the week.
Yes.
If you have a conspiracy theory you'd like to share, send it to us here at Irritable Dad Syndrome.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Whoppers Beefy Mac and Cheese. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and for years we've been proud to advertise Whoppers all-beef foot-long hot dogs on this podcast. Well, guess what? The fine folks at Whoppers are about to rock your world. Do you ever cut up hot dogs, fry them in a skillet, and mix them in a big-ass bowl of mac and cheese? Holy crap, it's delicious. I mean, it's very delectable as well. Now you can buy these two savory products already mixed together. That's right, mac and cheese and Whoppers all-beef foot-long hot dogs. It's the best of both worlds. It's a win-win. It's like when they mixed peanut butter and jelly together in the same jar, except with hot dogs and mac and cheese. And it's not in a jar. Anyway, I'm rambling. Look for Whoppers Beefy Mac and Cheese in your grocer's meat section today. Whoppers all-beef foot-long hot dogs have no fillers and no preservatives. Normally, I would say get out a ruler and measure it yourself, but since hot dogs are cut up, you can't really do that. But take it from me, the hot dogs are a foot long. It's a promise. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Yes, science!
We had some snow last week.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get a couple inches of snow. We got like 7 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And you were at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And you sent a message out, how come everybody's here at the store today? This is insane. You didn't realize that snow was in the forecast?
They weren't buying snow. They were buying like carrots and lettuce.
Yeah.
They weren't buying, and it was right before the Bengals game.
Yeah.
And they, in the frozen food section, they had stacks and stacks of frozen pizzas. Nobody was over there.
Yeah.
They were all guarding the carrots and the lettuce. It was like every bunny owner in Cincinnati went to our Kroger.
They wiped out the carrots.
The only time I've ever been in a situation where I've been surrounded by carts and I've had to ask someone to move was that trip.
Yeah.
And it was by the carrots. I got my carrots,
like,
and there's like all these people edging in. One actually nudged my cart. I'm like, I need to get through here.
Back up.
Mother scratcher.
Yeah. I'm on steroids. Back up or you're going to get hurt.
I am. I need to take these every day.
Yeah.
Wonder what would happen. I think your penis shrinks and you get big muscles, right?
No.
Oh.
No. No.
Probably get heart problems.
Yeah.
Zits.
Yeah. You lose your girlfriend at the pepper rally.
Yeah.
I used to think it was a pepper rally. It's a pep rally, not a pepper rally.
It's not a Peppa Pig rally?
It's not a Peppa Pig rally, no. But no, I
Peppa Pig. Sorry. I mean,
what is
some dude draws a
pig
and you can see both their eyes when they're sideways. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I've never understood oh my God, we have to go buy everything at the store.
Bread, milk, and cheese.
Yeah, when there's, it's like.
Now, toilet paper, yes.
But I have never been, when we lived in Virginia, we lived in the mountains of Virginia, okay? And if my brother and I, if we couldn't get to school, then nobody could go to school. Because where we lived on this windy, curvy, I'm going to call it a gravel road. It was a back road.
Yeah.
If you couldn't get to our house, then nobody went to school. Okay.
Yeah.
So when it was supposed to snow big time, we lived roughly 15 minutes away from a grocery store. You could go to Richlands, or you can go to Lebanon, Virginia. Either one of those to where you get the nearest, like, real actual grocery store. So if you live 15 minutes or more from a grocery store, then you might want to stock up on a few things. But my God, we live in Cincinnati, Ohio, Westchester to be exact. It's a suburb, about 40 minutes north of downtown. And people were going out of their minds crazy because snow was in the forecast.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. Because, yes, it snowed. And the next day, I shoveled my driveway. I went to my mom's house. I shoveled hers. Okay, actually, I jacked up my elbow a little bit. And a friend of mine said that I have snowbow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna trademark that because I think that's really gonna catch on. Snowbow.
Snowbow.
But the
Sounds
next
like a useless Pokemon.
Yeah, but the next day, like I needed something and I called Mom. I'm like, do you need anything at the store? She did. I went to the store the next day after it had the mass snow blizzard came through. You go to the store. I don't get it. This is where you add, add something to it, Mike.
Something to
Hold on.
No.
Mike, while I was at the store, I saw a hippo.
Okay. Well, I just want to say.
Yeah, okay. You're just looking at me. You're just...
I'm watching. You remember I told you...
Episode 127... We're going to go back to the beginning, and Mike, you can either add another question or you can answer something that
You remember when I told you I'm going to listen to you more? I did.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about what I'm going to say next. I was listening to you.
You were enthralled.
I was enthralled.
Yes, you were.
I was actually thinking, should I go make another cup of coffee?
Yeah.
And I think that would be ill-advised.
No.
To be ill-advised.
Something else that people are bitching about is the cost of eggs.
Are they more expensive now?
They're the last time I bought a dozen eggs, I think they were $3.59.
$3.59
because people were like, "Oh my God, eggs!" and it's the end of the world, and people were like selling their children online so they can go buy and make an omelet.
It's half of a baby chicken's life beginning. It's half of the miracle of life is a chicken's egg, and a chicken had to give that out. They don't give birth. They give birth. The chicken had to give birth to those things and drop them out. It could grow into a baby chicken. That's a miracle.
Yeah.
And you put 12 of those miracles in a carton, and you put it. You slap a date on it.
No, hold on.
You slap a date and says, by this date, these pre-chickens will be no more.
I think somebody needs to intervene here because not all eggs grow to be chickens, right?
Well, don't count your chickens before they hatch. I get that. I'm just saying these are potential chickens. These are 12 potential chickens. 12 of them.
I was in a band called the Potential Chickens.
And they're in a little a carrying case.
Yeah.
And you drive to a store where they're all collected right next, by the way, to the milk and the cake mix and other things you need to make cake. And you take those home, and you have 12 of those for $3.59.
Yeah,
that's a miracle.
You
are
so on steroids
it
tonight.
Cost $20. It could cost $20, and it'd be a bargain.
Okay, I did my own research.
Okay,
myth: a fertilized egg has a baby chick in it. Fact: freshly laid eggs can never contain a chick. Only fertilized eggs that have been incubated under proper conditions can become an embryo and develop into a chick.
Well, how do you know if it's fertilized or not?
I don't know.
Does the guy chicken doesn't come by and just?
I don't know. Anyway,
is that why they call them cocks?
That's exactly why they call it. All I know is. People are bitching about how much eggs cost, and then somebody said, in this economy, a dozen eggs costs more than a gallon of gas. I'm like, okay, but the thing is, you don't have to go buy 15 dozen eggs.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, now, if a dozen eggs costs more
Unless you're having one hell of a party.
Oh, yeah, an omelet party, a deviled egg party.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or you're going to throw eggs at cars.
Yeah.
But it's like, calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think they were like $1, maybe $2 a dozen, and now they're $3 a dozen.
That's not
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Settle down.
So there's other things to worry about.
I think so. Yeah. And we're wasted 20 minutes on the podcast talking about it.
Yeah. No, this is what people tune in for.
They're loving this.
I mean, you think about it. We as a species have degraded another species down to, we're going to take your eggs. We're going to take all of your eggs from you and we're going to eat them. Same thing with the fish. People who eat fish eggs. Have you ever had caviar?
I have not.
I have not either.
Yeah.
And I wear that like a badge of courage because I think that's going a little far. Somebody's trying to win some sort of culinary
You know what? Maybe
thing.
I have tasted caviar.
On purpose?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of I've had snails.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I liked snails.
You ate snails?
Snails.
You ate snail. How do you eat a snail? Like, how do you, like big ones?
It's called escargot.
Yeah, I know what it's called,
They cook it in butter and salt, and anything you cook in butter and salt, I'll eat. I'd eat my pinky toe in butter and salt.
Okay, let's diverge on a diversion here.
Sure.
I have a problem with those type of foods because I know that in different cultures and different areas, and I'll throw myself under the bus. Rednecks, we eat some weird head cheese, pig's feet. Now,
tell everybody what head cheese is.
Cow brains.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to eat cow brains, and somehow I'm going to make that sound more appetizing by calling it head cheese. The only reason you eat that,
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Nobody's looking at a cow thinking, man, I want to eat that thing's brains. People did that because they were starving, like way back in the day, and they had to eat every piece of the cow, like every bit that they could eat.
Right.
I've watched some survival videos. I know that. My point is, just because someone 100 years ago had to eat it doesn't mean that it's something you should eat now.
Yeah, right. Right.
Like, yeah. We talked about fish before.
Yes.
I'm done.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Diff Liquid Concentrated Wallpaper Stripper. With its unique enzyme action, Diff dissolves old paste and cuts wallpaper removal time in half. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and every year around the holidays, my Uncle Bob would come to visit. After a big dinner, we would always break out some Diff and strip wallpaper at my grandmother's house. Well, it became a holiday tradition. I sure do miss him. Make the holiday special at your home with Diff, the only one that really works. Now back to the show.
You've had M&Ms, haven't you?
I've eaten them.
Yeah.
I mean, the politics around M&Ms has changed in the recent year. Be very specific, Your Honor.
I've eaten them.
Yeah.
Okay, so M&M's announced their parent company, Mars, whoever owns the M&M's brand, are discontinuing the M&M cartoon characters indefinitely.
Okay. Why? I mean, I could take him or leave him, but
it's got to do with the green one. Okay, from what I understand, the green one is the female M&M, and then somebody got their nose out of line because green apparently makes you horny. So they thought, let's make the woman horny, and then everyone's going to want to bang the green M&M.
Yeah.
She was also wearing high heels.
Okay.
Which I never looked at the green one and thought, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I've never been sexually excited by an M&M.
No, I have not either. But apparently the green one was too sexy with her high heels and her provocative pose.
How does an M&M provocatively pose?
Don't know.
Is she lifting one of the M's?
Yeah. Well, one, it was in an M position and she was in a W.
Okay. All right.
I'm canceling myself.
Episode 127. Been a good run.
But they said, now listen, I think that this is a hoax.
Wait,
I really do.
Okay.
I think they're screwing with this.
Okay.
Because do you remember when the IHOP, the International House of Pancakes?
Yes.
They changed.
I ate there when they used to be the National House of Pancakes.
And then before they went
over
global.
The pond.
Yeah. So they had made an announcement that they were changing their name to International House of Burgers. Yeah, and they changed the P.
IHOB.
They changed the P to the B.
Yeah.
And then they were doing all this to...
It was a marketing campaign.
It was a marketing campaign to launch their new hamburgers.
That nobody gave a about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody went crazy. And you know what it was? It was a marketing campaign. Yeah. They didn't really do that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there was a brilliant... You'll never hear me brag about Burger King.
Okay.
But Burger King did a commercial where people were telling everybody, did you hear that they've discontinued the Whopper? What?
Hey, what happened?
And then it was this big stink that they've discontinued the Whopper. And it was it was a bullshit marketing campaign to raise awareness, not like it's charity, to get all eyes on to Burger King. And that's what I think M&M is doing.
Yeah.
And this is another conspiracy theory that I'm going to spread. They're screwing with us. Yeah.
So I have an idea for M&Ms.
Okay.
Let's drop all this cartoon or keep it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you really want people to eat M&Ms, get a commercial full of fat guys. Right? And have them all, have them all eating M&Ms.
They're great.
Yeah. Yeah. It just for 30 seconds, it's all it is fat guys sitting around going, these are amazing. And then just M&Ms. Who else are you going to listen to?
M&Ms.
Yeah. Clearly, these guys love them.
Well, my wife, who I have said over and over again, she's absolutely the smartest person in our house. She may be the smartest person in Ohio, possibly the country, possibly the world.
Okay.
She asked the question, why do they even need to advertise?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
There's no ads
M&Ms.
for crack.
No, there's not.
Yeah, everybody knows M&Ms.
Yeah, everybody.
When you go to the candy aisle, if you don't I already have in my mind what I'm going there for.
Yeah.
But if you get there, if you're one of these weirdos, it's like, oh, let me see what all the new candies are. What it really comes down to is
what's
you're
the
either
deal with all these candies?
what you're getting when you go to the candy aisle is you're either getting M&Ms, Reese's cups, or Snickers bars.
Yeah.
Now you can go away from those, but you're going to get one of those three things or something else that moment is going to catch you. But those are the three staples. It's like the three primary colors. What are the yellow, blue, and red, blue, and green. Green's the secondary.
Red,
yellow,
blue, and
red, blue, and yellow are the primaries. It's the three main ones.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Okay. Red and blue make purple. Blue and yellow make green. Blue and red yellow and red make orange.
Yeah.
Those are the three. The point is,
you are a scientist.
The point is,
yes, science.
Those are what you're going for, so they don't need to advertise. A gas station doesn't advertise its gas.
No, it doesn't.
It advertises its dairy farmer affiliation, or its like of Shells, or the fact that it's the Ultra America or Super America or whatever. It advertises those things. You don't have to advertise the gas.
Yeah,
a brothel doesn't advertise. You see where this is going, right?
I see. Yeah.
So you don't need to advertise your M&Ms.
I saw this fantastic. It was what is it called? The online classes you can take where like Steve Martin teaches comedy.
Master classes.
The master class thing.
Yeah.
So these ad agency guys did one, and they were talking about the Got Milk campaign.
Okay.
And one of the questions was, why would you advertise milk when everybody drinks milk?
Yeah.
But, I guess milk consumption had gone down. And they launched this Got Milk campaign. Absolutely fascinating. And I can do no justice to it at all. But I strongly suggest watching it. And it was incredible what they did to make this milk commercial for milk. Something that nobody, needs advertising for.
So I don't watch TV. I mean, I watch everything we watch is streaming.
Correct.
And most of what I watch, to tell everybody the truth, most of what I watch is YouTube. I'm addicted to YouTube because I can go down a rabbit hole and stay there.
I've gotten hooked on the TikTok.
Yeah. Okay. Same. Yeah. Similar.
Yeah.
But my point is that every once in a while, the kids are watching a football game or a basketball game, so I'll see a commercial. I'm shocked they're still running commercials for Bud Light. Why?
Yeah.
You're not convincing anyone to drink Bud Light. Nobody wants a Bud Light.
Right.
That could afford something better.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're drinking Bud Light, you don't care.
No.
You're not there for that. You're there for something else, and that's a vehicle to get you where you need to be.
That's what you call quantity beer.
Yeah.
Not quality
right.
beer. Yeah.
You're not sipping a Bud Light and talking about your problems.
No. Bud Light is your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bud Light is something that you're perfectly happy with half of it going down your cheeks.
Uh-huh.
Either one's either set. You don't advertise that, just like you don't advertise water.
Wiping it off with your arm. No, they advertise water.
I know that too.
Yeah, the Dasani.
Our water is the cleanest water. It's from the highest peak where the goats piss, and we get it there.
But they don't piss in the water.
Ours comes from Fuji, and that's really clean snow.
Yes, $7 a bottle.
And then you get the stuff from
Fiji
Michigan.
water,
It's like
Fuji.
Yeah, Fiji. And then our stuff comes from Michigan. We run it through a Brita water filter and into this frickin' rusty can.
You'll drink it once. Yeah.
I was shocked, and it's a pretty good commercial. They put some money to it, but I'm like, man, you could have cured cancer, or fed somebody, given somebody M&Ms or something for that money you spent on that stupid ad. And the ad, I'll go into it.
Okay.
This guy goes to get his beers. And of course, he's getting Bud Light.
Yeah.
And he gets 2 Bud Lights. And she kind of gives the camera the knowing smile. It's like, oh, she's up to something.
Yeah.
She's going to be foxy and crafty. So she goes up and she says, I need like 8. And the bartender turns around, really?
8 Bud Lights?
Yeah, however many. It was a big. She had a hungry of them.
Was it a bucket?
A bucket of.
Well,
she had, but they were all in glasses, and she's like
Gotcha.
holding them like this. And then she gets them all, and she's like walking through the crowd, and people are looking at the amount of Bud Light she has, and it's all the wrong responses. The correct response to seeing someone with that much Bud Light is why.
Yeah.
But no, everyone's impressed by her Bud Lightness, and all the glasses say Bud Light. Like, these people have no shame.
Right.
And she walks past the guy that has the mere 2 Bud Lights, because he's not a alcoholic. He got one for himself and his sad friend, who is suddenly embarrassed because this lady's walking by with 8 frickin' Bud Lights, probably on her way to her car. I mean, they don't show the end of the commercial.
No, they don't.
But then she comes to a table, and you see all these hands come out and get the Bud Lights. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, they all wanted Bud Light and they just sent her? These were like hands that could have handled the glasses better than she. I mean, she had small. There were some big, meaty, like Andre the Giant hands coming out.
Hey guys, thanks for being a gentleman, going and getting the beers. Instead, you send your girlfriend to get it.
But the whole thing sucked. But
Maybe
then
go get me a bucket of beer.
The guy that I want to talk to is, like I said, the one that looked ashamed for only getting 2 Bud Lights. He should be ashamed for getting Bud Light.
Period.
But he should be proud of himself for only getting 2. And he should have probably stopped that woman before she goes and kills somebody.
Yeah.
Wouldn't a commercial hit the spot just about now?
This portion of our show is brought to you by Meemaw's Country Kitchen Cheese Titties. That's right, these crispy and sweet bite-sized cookies are the perfect snack for any occasion. Put some titties in your mouth and you'll taste the difference. So what are you waiting for? Go out and buy Meemaw's Country Kitchen Cheese Titties today. That's spelled Tiddies. Now, back to the show.
We got a note from the front office from Sarah. Okay, Bud Light is not going to be a sponsor of our podcast.
Okay. Would that be a thirsty of Bud Lights? I think it is a thirsty of Bud Lights. I think it's a bad decision of Bud Lights.
Yeah. I talked about my wife, how smart she is. Let's talk about your wife.
Okay.
How smart Bess is.
She's exceptionally smart.
Last week, I see on the Facebook, Bess sends a message, "Hey, Mike, if you see this, dinner is ready." And the craziest thing about it was, I saw it, I thought, where the hell's Mike?
Yeah.
Turns out you were in the house.
Yes. We don't have a large house. See, we tell people this story, and they're like, "Man, he was in the East Wing,
Yeah.
And by the garden." No, Mike was like one room up. I was in the bedroom,
Yeah.
and I was playing Survivor IO, which is the greatest mobile game you can ever.
Grinding your camos.
I was yes,
Yeah.
you grind. Well, you
Yeah.
grind your weapons there, but it's an exceptional game. But I discovered that when you start it, it silences everything on your phone.
Okay.
So fugitives could run through your yard, your house could catch fire, anything, and your phone's not going to tell you because you're playing Survivor IO.
What's funny is a couple of days after Bess had posted this, I'm on an AFL, which is the Alt Fan Letterman fan page, and someone had posted a link to an old top 10 list, and this was mentioned.
Category tonight, top 10 signs you're spending too much time online. Number 3, your wife emails you from the next room to say that dinner's ready.
And I'm like, that was Mike. That was Mike. Top 10 signs you're spending too much time online.
Yep.
Good times.
I want to pimp something before I forget it.
Okay.
So we got some viewers here. We are going to stream on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
And we're still working out the details. I think I know a way to do it where people can join in with us.
I can't wait to do this.
And not necessarily, I'm still working out whether they'll be able to hear, and we'll figure out how to sync it up. But I'm thinking of some other things. I'm thinking I may want to add like a little charity drive into this. And I'll give the listeners more details after you and I have talked about what the details are on that. That seems like the only fair thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to make this a big thing. So on St. Patrick's Day, that night, we're going to stream live, and we're going to be watching the U2 David Letterman interview.
David Letterman U2.
David, okay.
It's going to be on the Disney
The
Max.
letter U2 man
yes.
thing.
David Letterman is interviewing Bono and The Edge. I don't know where Larry and Adam are.
There.
I don't know why they're not included in this, but okay.
So
whatever.
If you're not a longtime listener, I'm trying to make sure that I bring everybody along. Darren is a huge David Letterman fan.
Giant Letterman fan.
I'm a huge U2 fan. As a matter of fact, I catch myself not talking about U2 on the show. I try to stop myself from like mentioning things because I see Darren's eyes start to roll in the back of his head.
I don't do that. I enjoy talking about
You
U2.
do enjoy talking about it.
I love their music.
My own eyes roll in the back of my head when I listen back to this. But it's one of those weird situations where two great friends each have a huge interest, and those are meet. How often does that happen?
I know, right?
That's not normal.
Yeah.
So we thought it would be hilarious to stream it. I may or may not wear a leprechaun costume.
I think I'll wear a green shirt, and that's about it.
But I think
I'll wear pants.
So I've asked about it online, and I think there's a way where we can share this with some people. So we may work with our patrons on that. I mean, I think that was where it should go first.
Dare I say, this is going to be an Irritable Dad Syndrome
event. It is.
Yes.
It's going to be an event.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll stream on Twitch, so you guys will be able to get some portion of it. But I think we're going to actually be able to stream the show itself with a small number of viewers. And like I said, we'll go to Patreon. I mean, we have a number of people that have really been supporting us over the years.
Yes, and thank you for that.
Literally help keep the show going.
Yes.
We would not be able to do the show without the patrons.
Yeah.
So thank you. And this is an opportunity to try to give something back. So we'll give you more details as we learn more. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on the Twitter. Follow us wherever.
Yeah.
And we'll give you details through those ways.
We had big news at the house
Oh.
the other night. My oldest son, Jacob, got accepted to attend the University of Cincinnati.
Wow.
That's a big deal.
He's a Bearcat.
He is going to be a Bearcat, and I'm telling you right now that, and you know what? He's modest. He's very humble, and he was like, well, they have a high acceptance rate. I'm like, that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The cool thing is that, you worked so hard for so long.
Yeah.
Okay, and you put in the work, and for them to instantly, it's like, I wasn't worried.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no reason why they would possibly turn him down. Anyway, he gets accepted, and he gets on his Facebook page, and he posts that he's going to be a UC Bearcat, and he says, "Let's go."
Me fail English? That's impossible.
LESSGO.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, bud, because I follow him. We're Facebook friends.
Yeah.
I said, You've got a misspell
Yeah.
on there. He goes, oh no, that's how we say it. I'm like, I don't think that's how the kids today, because I'm nothing if I'm not down with today's youth.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one thing I tell everyone.
I am street. Okay.
Yeah.
I know when something's sus, and I know when someone is dropping something that's cap on me. Yeah.
You had me at sus, but here we go.
But I said, Jacob, it's let's go, not less go. Because if less go is possible, then that means there's more go. Right.
Which is what Mike has tonight.
Right.
Mike has more go.
Well, he insists that less go is a thing.
Okay.
And I went and I did my own research. He's right.
Oh my God. Doesn't it just piss you off when that happens?
These kids today, let's go.
Yeah.
And so, Jacob, I apologize that I tried to correct your grammar when you were just talking street.
I think I slipped a disc while you're telling that story, though. My hip cracked. Jesus.
Let's go.
Yeah, the slang.
And now he's going to be
what
pissed.
is cap? I don't know what cap is.
Cap is when someone is lying to you.
The drop a cap?
No, not drop a cap.
Because it used to be bust a cap.
Pop a cap in his ass.
Pop a cap in his ass, or bust a cap in their ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
If something is cap, that means that...
Bust a nut is a different thing.
Stop. Good Lord. If you were telling me a story that I thought was I would say that is cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
can't believe that you're not down with the lingo, with the kids, with the word on the street, yo.
My kids have invented a lingo that I use publicly now, and it gets me weird looks because nobody knows what it means. It's caught. I think I've used it with you. Caught.
Caught?
Yeah, caught.
I've never heard. Okay.
if you say something and you're wrong, just caught.
Okay.
Like if you're answering a question and you said it wrong, or someone wins an argument and they immediately say caught. Charlie came up with it because of course he did.
Okay.
And now our whole family, if there was like a hidden camera when we're eating dinner, it's like, what'd you do this day? Whatever that day. No, you didn't. I saw you at the house. Caught. I mean, it just happens, and we think it's hilarious. And Andrew and I have gotten to the point where now we've taken it to the next level. I'll sit down with him, be really serious. I was like, bud, I really need you to do me a favor. I need you to reduce the amount that you are caught this week by 80%, because every time I look at you, you're more caught than you were before. Yeah. And I told Bess, I was being very serious. I said, every day I'm caught more than I was the day before. So every day you see me, it's the most caught I am in my life, which is I'm still in the line from Office Space.
Right.
Right. It's gone a little far to the point where in a meeting with managers at my workplace, somebody made a mistake. Yeah. And I couldn't help it. I blurted out, caught. And nobody heard me. Thank God. Or nobody asked me what that is, because then I have to say, oh, my 9-year-old came up with a thing.
Okay, tell me if you guys do this, because you know what? This is the most irritable dad syndrome topic we've had in a long time. It is,
actually. It's the first one. Yeah.
So there's a game that you play. If you take your pointy finger, your index finger, in the South we call it the trigger finger. Yeah. You take your trigger finger and you put it to your thumb. Okay. And then with your other 3 fingers, you're making like the OK sign. Okay.
Yeah. Or something horrible.
Now, turn that upside down.
Oh, look! If you look at it,
and you keep it below your waist. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then if somebody looks at that, you win, and they lose.
Yes.
What the?
Hey, what happened?
Well, we added something to it.
The kids are constantly trying to get each other.
I love that that's back. I love that it's back because
I never knew he was here and it went away.
When we were in school, we added a punch to it. Like if you got caught looking at if you got caught looking at it, you got punched in the arm.
This is that old?
Yeah, we did it when I was in school.
Really?
Yeah, you would be out on the playground or something, and all of a sudden you'd see somebody standing over like that with their thing, and then they'd catch you. And if they were really far away, it'd be like a nod, and your friends would be like, "You dork." But if they were,
it's not the eye of Sauron.
If the farther away they are, the funnier it is. Every once in a while, somebody would have to, when somebody would get called up to write something on the board, they'd drop down the hand they're not writing with, and just kind of turn around and see who's looking, and you'd hear just laughter in the back. The teacher would know what the hell's going on because they can't see through the leg.
I thought this was brand new.
No.
We never did this in school.
No.
I mean, we did punch buggy. You see a Volkswagen that has a light out. Punch buggy, black.
Bess calls that padiddle. She yelled padiddle one of the first times I was driving her around, like after we first met.
Padiddle!
Yeah, yells padiddle. It scared the shit out of me. It's like, don't yell. There's a car out there with one headlight. I'm trying not to hit it.
Yeah. What's hilarious is that Libby will get the boys on it. Like they're eating dinner and she'll like stub her toe and think, oh crap. And she looks in the camera, she's like, huh? And she gets, I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because no one expects Libby to act like an idiot.
Yeah. The one that I hated was the flinch. You did the flinch thing where you're like, act like you're gonna punch somebody. If they flinch, then you get to punch them.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah. One for flinching.
Yeah. You should flinch. Because how many kids has that trained? Like they grow up to be adults and then somebody actually throws a punch at them and they don't move and they get decked because they were taught to not flinch.
So one of our viewers on the stream tonight said that we did doorknob.
That's what she said.
I have no idea what doorknob is. Yeah. So I got
titty twisters.
Indian burns. Yeah. Okay, so I got a message from Steve Farrell saying that eggs have been $7 and $8.
Not here.
Yeah, not here.
These Ohio chickens are popping them out left and right.
Yeah, they're whores.
Let that one simmer there for a bit. Yeah, where do you go with chickens or whores?
Yeah.
If someone farts, they have to touch a doorknob or you can hit them.
So somebody farts.
Yeah, and then they have to
run.
They have to run.
The
right?
the farter, has to run and touch a doorknob.
Yeah,
so that somebody doesn't hit him.
Yeah. So what you do is you just go to the doorknob. Oh, that's like an early warning system. If somebody goes over to a doorknob, they're about to break wind.
Right.
Unleash the Kraken.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Marshmallow Cream.
We got a letter from a fan.
Okay.
Jim Timmerman. He's the only person who ever writes this. Dear Irritable Dad Syndrome, sometimes you see something at the curb and you think, I could use that. What are the rules on picking up stuff that someone else has obviously decided they don't want? Yeah. Certainly over the years, you both have looked at something and either picked it up or thought twice about grabbing it.
Yeah, I never do.
You never do?
No, I don't even do yard sales. I like Trader's World, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind the yard sale, but I will not go to like a flea market because those drive me crazy. I
mean, I have some used old ancient Vigi games over here.
I
have Dragon Quest 6.
Yeah.
This is still shrink wrapped.
I'll
buy used of those.
Yeah.
And then I freaking have it again. I'm a weirdo when it comes to those. But no, in general, I don't. Bess isn't a cult. Have I told you this?
I think so.
The buy nothing cult?
Yeah, that's where you leave the plastic tub on your door.
Yeah, you put on Facebook, here's some that I don't want.
And
then there's this, all the other cult members, they say, I want that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to pick which one gets it. Usually, I mean, it's like the first one that says I want it gets it. And then there's like some weird drama because there's a couple of people in there that say they want everything, but then once they get picked, they say we don't want it.
Yeah.
But anyway, in general, you take it out to your weird drop-off point, your what they call in Breaking Bad, the
porch?
No. Well, your porch, but what do they call it? Breaking Bad, they call it the dry drop or whatever.
The drop-off.
The drop-off.
Yeah.
And then randomly...
Oh, it is a dry drop.
Yeah. Randomly, somebody will come up to your porch and get stuff. So Bess didn't tell me how this system worked when I would be out doing stuff in the yard. Yeah, occasionally I go out there and do stuff. And some
set the yard on fire.
30-something-year-old woman would just start walking up our driveway and rummaging through this box that's out in front of our house for some reason.
Yeah.
Can I help you? And she says, are you giving away this? And she'll hold up like a frickin' doorknob. I guess I don't even know what that is.
Look,
And
lady,
then
it's
I'll
part
go
of the
in-
door.
yeah,
You're not taking
Yeah,
it.
and then I'll go in, and Bess will say, "Did such and such pick up the doorknob?" Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, great! I've been wanting to get rid of that forever.
So, I have a friend who I used to work with who lives in Johnson City, Tennessee, and he would set out all his trash, and there was somebody who was going through and started rummaging through trash.
Yeah, as you
Okay,
do.
Now, I'm like, okay, I don't want it. That's why I'm throwing it away. And I don't know why someone would want to go through my recyclables or anything else.
Yeah.
But apparently he had stuff that was like in boxes, and it looked like something worthwhile. So these people would start going through his on the sidewalk, and then they would just leave it unopened or askew or whatever, in disarray. So he got tired of them coming in and going through all his rummaging through his crap,
Yeah.
and then leaving it everywhere. So what he did was he went in his backyard and he got a box and he put just like half a box full of dog. Okay. And then on top, he put a bunch of folded clothes and sweaters and things that they were going to throw away or donate or whatever. And he left it out there, and they never came to his house again. They opened the box, saw that it was full of clothes. I can take that. Went home, never came back.
Have you seen the glitter bomb guy?
Yes. I love the glitter bomb.
I love him
guy.
so much.
Yes.
He's like he's been doing it for years now, and it just like got these most like multiple phones in there recording.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Really, really, really good. They've got the doorknob camera, right, that sees the person getting it off the porch. And is there a camera in the box?
Yeah, there's the last one that I saw. It's the glitter is in these little shovel things, and they're vertical. And when you open the box, it all goes flat, and then it starts spinning the glitter all over the room, and all 4 phones turn on and start recording and sending it to the cloud.
Okay.
With like music and air horns going off, and then the video, he can see it. And so then he posts the video, and they're yelling and screaming, and it's beautiful.
Hilarious. Well, kids, we've ran out of time. Going to wrap this one up. Before we go, I want to say it's January 25th. That's the day we're recording this. Turn off your Christmas lights. Good Lord.
Yeah.
It's January 25th. By the time this airs, it's going to be February,
Yeah.
as some people call it.
Yeah.
It's going to be way, way, way after Christmas.
So
Turn off your outdoor Christmas lights.
I'm going to help a brother out.
February 2nd.
You guys are going to hear this January 31st.
Okay.
Valentine's Day is sometime in February.
Yeah, February 14th.
14th. Okay.
Yes.
So Walgreens has got some really good little like M&M.
Yeah.
Still got the cartoons on
Yeah,
them.
you can get them in a bag. They're collector's items now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very thoughtful of you, Mike.
I'm trying to help people out.
Yeah.
We take a lot from people. We don't give much back. And This is
Right.
me giving.
Yeah.
And I'll do it again next week, because then we'll be a week away.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the one that'll come out, I think, on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It actually will.
Yeah.
And we get to laugh at all the people that screwed up
Yeah.
and
So
didn't get anything.
Yeah. So it's usually the guys who screw it up.
But right now, on January 31st, if you're hearing this,
Yes.
you have time
You've got
to order something really nice.
Yeah.
And wherever it's shipping from, it could be shipping from Australia. You could order a hippo from Australia. And it'll be here.
I want a hippopotamus for Valentine's Day. Yeah.
It'll be here in time. So, get something really nice. I want to give helpful advice to everyone out there. I learned this. So
Okay.
everyone out there that has kids in sports,
Okay.
listen,
Okay.
they will sometimes ask the parents to come up and run the score thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do that,
Yeah.
which is every parent,
Just
another
start-
parent, no.
Just put 47 to 9.
No.
Damn.
No.
My kid is making basket after
Yeah.
basket.
No, another parent gave me this advice, and it's genius, and I do it every time. You get your phone, put it up to your ear, and act like you're talking to somebody when you walk in, all the way up until the game starts.
Yeah.
And they don't bother you. They will come to your section and ask every other adult except for you, and if they do ask you, which they never have, but if they do, you just hold up your finger. I'm sorry, this is an important call. This is about
I told you I need those tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, they spotted a hungry of hippos out there. So that's a piece of advice.
Well, we're going to get out of here.
Yes.
We want you to go to irritabledadsyndrome.com. And if you love the show, thank you. Become a patron if you want.
Yeah,
You can
drop
help
us a
out.
review. Go if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, put a review on Apple Podcast.
That would help immensely.
Share these episodes with your friends.
Yeah.
That will really, really, really help us.
Yeah, our Louisville buddy who we met last week, dude, share this.
Share it.
Tell your friends.
Share
what
and
are you
enjoy.
doing?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that would help us out greatly. And as always, we appreciate you listening, and we hope to see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Irritable Dad Syndrome is a Mike Odell, Darren Cox production, copyright 2023. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this podcast without the express written consent of Mike Odell, Darren Cox, or me, Dave Lay, is strictly prohibited. Thank you.
Mr. James Skidwiggy from Brussels is coming up to the side, and followed by something.
You do not want to swim against James
No, you
Squidwiggy.
don't. One of our listeners has a sore vulva.
Yeah,
In the chat?
uvula.
He's
Yeah.
Uvula.
Is
Oh,
it-
I'm sorry.
yeah. I used to drive a Volvo.
Did you?
Yeah, but Mitch Hedberg said the difference between the two is the crocodile, or no, take two. Yeah,
Because I've backed up some of my more rare stuff and
Did
put it
you
on Google
back that
Drive.
ass up?
I've backed that ass up.
Mm-hmm.